Hi everyone, I did it. I'm happy. Okay, sorry. Uh, Sound effect and all. Why am I happy? I promised that I would have a robot that you could communicate with and that you could tell it to do commands based on having feedback from a camera. And I actually got it working, and I got it working first time. Now, that never happens, and anybody that knows that when you get a win and it's late at night, quit. And that's what I'm doing. I will improve the code later, but as I promised, I said I would put it up online for anybody else that wants it. Now, let me just put on some background music and I will play, or play, I will set up or show you how I set it all up, okay? So, let me just get IV Cam working here so I can show you basically what's happening. Now I know some of you won't be too impressed with what I've created, and you're right. And there's a lot better ways of doing what I have done than what you're seeing right now. I guess I could have actually set this up to look at the robot itself. Let's see if I can actually turn it on. Oh yeah, you can't see that. So let me turn this on here first. Now, somebody or a couple of people have mentioned to me about, when I'm making these projects, I should be making them more clear for the average user, or average person out there. And I'm sorry, I really can't. I'd love to chat and help anybody do whatever they need to do. So you're looking on my webcam, which is actually the eyes of the project, and that's the robot over there, okay? So let me see if I can balance this in a way that works. Okay, yeah, oh, sugar. Oh, the screen's doing whatever it's doing. Okay, so the code that is going to be in the description will have two files that you'll want. I will move my silly head out of the way and decrease this. Okay, actually it still feels weird not seeing myself now that I saw it. Yeah, I'll just move me over there, okay? So the code that you're going to look at is here. Just make things bigger. You can do that by pressing Control and plus. Sorry, my voice is actually going as well, because I'm a bit of a fool. So I have robot eyes, which is basically taking the feedback from my computer or from my phone and displaying it on the screen. And it's describing a close-up view of a black and white plaid fabric diagonal. Okay, it updates as it goes across, right? It's taking this whole middle section across the screen and doing left to right and center. Okay, so that's running in the background, and as that runs, it updates this file here called descriptions.csv. Now I only gave it the last, let's say, 5 or so iterations of what it saw, so that's its memory, I guess, currently, like as in, or its current viewing. So theoretically I could store whatever I want later on in to have a much longer term memory. Now again, if you're building a robot project, you're probably better off using ROS or something like that, but what I wanted to do this for was because I read OpenAI GPT-4 Vision API. This is what triggered me on this whole project. So if you go down to here, I think it's the location. Yeah, okay. So while it does understand the relationship between objects and images, it is not yet optimized to answer detailed questions about the location of certain objects in an image. So Moondream is a free vision model online, and it's obviously not as good as GPT-4 or probably Claude Vision, which I actually will probably update the vision model on this to be able to take sections like this and stream it rather than running it from my PC, and then I'll use the phone to actually use a depth perception at the same time. And there's also a laser on the front of the phone, which I think I put up in a YouTube short as well, and I'm going to use all of them mixed together at some point in a robot to, you know, see a lot more. Now this is version 1 of the system. I should point it out. This is version 1, and basically all I wanted to prove is that I could actually send a message to the computer with my voice, or in this case it's text. Now I can do it with voice, but again my voice is going, and I thought I was going to fail and be working at this for ages and maybe not actually get it working tonight. So, but what happened was that I actually, did I even turn that on now? Let me see, turn this on, didn't turn that on, and I've disconnected 2 of the batteries. Yep, sorry. So hopefully no wires got disconnected. Actually, in one of the shorts I did earlier, actually one of the wires was disconnected. And I thought it was broken because, yeah, smoke came out earlier on. Ay, don't drop on me. Okay. So I run this here, and I open up another terminal on the side, and in that terminal, it's already up and running, but I'll just exit just to show you. In this one, I end up running Robot Claude Vision. So I've uploaded these 2, and they'll be in the description below. So you've run Robot Eyes, and Robot Claude Vision is there. Now Robot Claude Vision is a cut down version of Claude voice chat looping, or even there was another one that I did that was really good that I like. Oh yeah, Loop App Claude Functions. That's my favorite one out of all of it. It can write files, open up CMD. It's kind of like the way Devin is supposed to be, but it was my version before Devin appeared, and it's obviously not as good, but it can create music, it can talk. It has my own API key, or it had my own API key before I uploaded it to you guys for my own voice cloning that I did on 11 Labs. I'm really looking forward to seeing what GPT-4 does with the voice cloning. Anywho, you open up this and you run Robot Claude Vision. Robot Claude Vision. There you go. Now, I have Brave API set up on this as well, but I have an env file up here, which you guys won't have, which will have all the stuff that you need to have to get a lot of things running. So sorry about that, but I don't have a lot of money. Anyway, I had created a, and I actually don't know if this is connected to the robot is connected currently to the Wi-Fi network, but in my description on YouTube, on GitHub I should say, I've put up the code for that as well. But basically it should look something like this. Oh, it is working. Okay. You can't see that, so I'll just move this one over. Stop. And there you go. It looks really bad from there, but I guess I can move my other camera down. You can have a look in real time. There you go. Okay. So you want to get something like that set up first. Now, too noisy. Kids are asleep. Now, if you can see here, I can't really see very well. I have 2 different types of motor controllers, unfortunately, because the store ran out of the ones that I wanted. So I had to just use what I had to make what I have. Anywho, if I go back into Claude Vision, Robot Claude Vision, and I say, based on the latest description, rotate the motors to turn in the direction of the person. Now, I'm not 100% certain that it's rotating in the direction of the person, but basically this would be the right hand side, or the left hand side. So we would expect this one and this one to work, I guess. Now, I haven't verified, I was just very happy that when I clicked that button, that it ran. So I will just do that now. And hopefully that still runs. So if this runs, why is it giving me an authentication error? Of course, when you try to go and record some, based on the description, error code, error. Did I couldn't have deleted my API key from here, did I? It looks like I screwed over me and you guys. So, let me see. I have to make, what if I make that full screen? So I will just blank you guys out for a minute, if you don't mind, while I check something. Hey, there we go. Yeah, okay, that works for me. Now, why are you not working? I uploaded it to GitHub. I wouldn't be surprised if I got an email telling me that it's now stopping my API key for security reasons. Let me just check. Would have gotten an email about it. Yep. Okay, so that's the reason. Okay, cool. Sorry. So I'd have to go back in and update my 11 Labs IP things I do for YouTube. Did you know that basically I've almost uploaded 100 videos? I think I bet about 80 videos, and I have less than one subscriber. No, I have like 500 videos in total. I have like less than one subscriber per video if you count my shorts. Anywho's, but it's irrelevant. Okay, so my API keys are gone at the moment, and that's the reason. It's just security. So I can't really demo that working, but just go to look at one of my shorts, one of the most recent ones, and you can see that it's there. So I'll just go through a bit of the code. Okay, so Anthropic Tools has, I've broken it up into sections. So I still left in the write file, read file, copy file. Am I in the right one at the moment? I actually have the solution verifier in there, which I don't like having in anymore. This is when I was unsure in the beginning, when it was like, hey, you've written a Python script and it didn't work for me. Check that it works. And then it would go off and then it would rewrite the script again until it did work. And that's kind of like my version of Devon. So you can ask it the time of day, and that has my voice on it, and then you can read CSV. Now you need the read CSV to read the description CSV that has currently always been updated, and then there's the ESP motor controls. So I have my IP address in there with the motor controls. Okay, so Brave Search is in there for searching for Brave with the internet. That's not expensive at all, it's really cheap to do, and there's even a free version on there, which I suggest that you should try it out. I find it's quite amazing. What am I looking at here? Also, that's the reason why I was only controlling 2 motors. So I was controlling 1 or 2 rather than all 4 of them. I didn't know that, but if it receives, it'll get a message to turn on those. So I have to get it to have a little bit more intelligence. But basically, it's still actually working. It reads the description and it turns the motors. So I'm quite happy with that. The robot eyes, on the other hand, now you're going to want to make sure that you're setting it up with CUDA. So if get CUDA installed on your machine if you haven't. So I think I have it in 2 places. Okay, well, okay. Otherwise, your vision analysis will be done with CPU, and that's really slow. Now, I don't think that many people are going to want to use this for that kind of thing. I would actually be swapping out Moondream for GPT-4 if I really wanted to have it in an intricate environment, or I would use this as part of the whole thing rather than everything altogether. Yeah, well, I was writing the text on the screen, which is what I'm still doing. I'm writing all the outputs to a description file. I'm breaking up the screen into sections, because I was breaking it up into 9 sections and it was running extremely slow. And if it's a robot on the ground, it's not going to be looking up or going down, although you could get it to do that. But basically now I'm getting it to go left and right. It's like, hey, what's over here, what's over there? And I should be able to manipulate it now to say, hey, based on the description of what, like that, literally write out in code, something like, or not in code, but in text. Based on what you see, can you turn left or right to the object that is looking like a human or something, looking like a person, and that should actually work for you. See, it works on natural language rather than actual specifics. Oh, what did I do over here? Oh yeah, I was changing the size of the video before. So this is actually how I put the descriptions up on the screen. So I'll give a concise image description, as few words as possible. Now just change that to what you want. Like for example, you want to look for tires, you want to look for, I don't know, toilet paper or a phone. Then it will go off and tell you where that thing is on the right. Or like you can say, out of the 5 images, the first 4 images, which is like the left, center, right, don't have toilet paper, so it's on my right hand side. And then Haiku or Sonnet from Claude will have to figure out, hey, that means I should turn my left motors on, so I should turn that direction. And that's my next step. That's what I'm going to be working on after this. But it's going to be limited overall, and so I'm not going to be more excited than what I have been already, knowing that I actually can get it done. But I'm going to introduce it to my son and get it to the point where it can actually follow his instructions. There's a speaker underneath this here, so I'll be getting the voice to communicate what it's doing as well. But I did find that Claude can be kind of rude, so maybe my son won't appreciate talking to it so much. Although I did have a long conversation on one of my other videos with Claude, and to be honest, I actually really like it. So yeah, so that's my video. I will now upload this and put the description in there. There's other people been emailing me about trying to get my channel to blow up and stuff like that, and it's not going to happen. I really do appreciate it that you think that you can do that, and I know that my vidIQ for my videos and thumbnails and all that kind of stuff is not very good, but I've been using this mostly nowadays for my own storage of information. And I think I've even given myself enough information to come back and go, oh yeah, I now know what I'm doing. And I guess I will be able to answer some questions for people out there if they want help with stuff. But quite often I learn something, I do something, I forget it, and then I moved on to something else. So I do apologize if that is the case and it does bother you guys. But I'm going to quit now because my throat is killing me. I'm going to need to drink some wine before bed or something like that. But yeah, I'm very happy with this, and I see it as an alternative for you guys if you want to try out something that's basically free or really cheap to use. You can use it with your own local LLMs if you end up setting up your own using Light LLM or Ollama with function calls, using an instruct model or something, and you could basically get the same thing running for free. And I would love to see some more YouTube videos where people are doing something like this. And I will try to interleave the ability to get it to scan across the screen, mixed with depth perception, mixed with like the scanning with the laser. And then maybe I'll buy some other modules for the actual machine itself to do some cool stuff. But until my next video, which could be on the same project, could be on something different, see you around. And thanks for all the likes that I got recently. That was awesome. Bye.